Good evening. Welcome students, parents, family, and friends to the 25-26 National Honor Society induction ceremony for the class of 2027. Let's hear it for all of them. All right, you guys can have a seat. My name is Sarah Reif, and I get to serve as the National Honor Society advisor, as well as a counselor here at Alexandria Area High School. Thank you all for being here, and to all those who helped make it possible, including the class of 2026 NHS member volunteers and current executive board, the AHS staff, administration, custodians, technology, and sound support. Speaking of, as we go throughout the ceremony, I'd like to make sure there's awareness that this is being recorded and the video will be shared out so parents can send on to even more family and friends. And yes, this video will record all of us. Speaking of, now I'm not sure if you've taken the time to count all of the names in the program, or perhaps you try to keep track as these students all proudly marched in. But if not, I can assure you this is a big group, and I mean big. In my tenure as a National Honor Society advisor for the past several years, and looking back on years past, which I just received confirmation from a former advisor, I do believe that this is the largest group that has ever been inducted into the Alexandria Area High School National Honor Society. At 116 members strong, these students are pillars of their class, the school district, and our entire community. This evening we celebrate this large and outstanding group of students who strongly represent the four pillars of the National Honor Society: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Students, you have been accepted into this membership because of both your representation of these four pillars and your continued commitment to uphold them throughout your senior year. Well, actually starting right now, because after tonight, you are an official NHS member and all of the years beyond. Here with us today to share about each pillar are our current NHS Executive Board members, Ning Zhang, Nick Schultz, Ellie Stika, and Eiley Schultz. These members were voted into this governing body from their senior peers after sharing their strong desire and willingness to lead our group this year. And what an excellent job they have done. After speaking on their pillars, each member will light a candle as a symbol of the pillar's significance.
Hello everyone, my name is Ning, and I'm one of the four presidents of our National Honor Society chapter. The first pillar of NHS we will be discussing today is scholarship. Throughout your whole life, you have probably heard the same spiel when it comes to scholarship. Take the required classes, get good grades, and keep up that GPA. And while those things matter, they barely scratch the surface. However, scholarship is more than a report card. It represents a dedicated commitment to lifelong learning. It's about taking advantage of the opportunities around you and seeking out new ones when they don't appear on their own. It's about asking questions, being curious, exploring ideas, and pushing yourself to grow, even when no one is watching. Another facet of scholarship is finding joy in the process. Each experience, whether grueling and dull or exciting, can teach you important lessons about yourself and the world around you. Not every assignment will be interesting, and not every class will come easily, but there is value in persevering through those moments. This perspective, finding purpose and even enjoyment in the journey, is what allows scholarship to extend far beyond the classroom and into part of life. Scholarship requires consistent effort and an aspiration to contribute positively to the world through one's knowledge, skills, and experience. Ultimately, the goal of scholarship isn't to get the best grades, but to continually put forth your best effort for yourself, others, and your community. I now light this candle to illuminate the path of scholarship.
Someone recently told me that leadership is the most valuable skill that somebody can have. The more I've thought about that, the more I find that it's a hard statement to disagree with. The ability to empower others towards a common goal is a skill that is topped by very few, as leadership is used in nearly every aspect of our lives, whether it's in school, sports, or eventually in your professional life. My name is Nick Schultz. I've been fortunate enough to be a president of NHS for the last year. During that time, I've seen how impactful NHS has been in developing both my and my fellow members' leadership skills. The biggest reason for this is because you are looked at as leaders not only by your peers, but by the members of your community as well. When you are out serving in the community, people will look to you for your guidance and your help in whatever task they are working to complete. So I encourage you to take as many of these opportunities to lead as possible, as they are one of the best ways for you to continue nurturing the leadership abilities that will help you be successful in every aspect of your life. I now light this candle to illuminate your path of leadership.
Hello, my name is Ellie Stika, and I'm a president of the 2026 National Honor Society. Tonight, I'm honored to talk to you about what I believe is the most impactful of the 4 pillars: service. Imagine a community where no one helps others, no one volunteers, and no one takes charge when something needs to be done. It wouldn't take long for that community to fall apart. At such a busy time in your life, it's easy to treat service as just another requirement, one more thing to handle. But it may start to feel like something you have to do rather than something you get to do. But service should be intentional. It's about choosing to show up even when it's inconvenient, and recognizing that 1 hour of your day could change someone else's life. Throughout my time at NHS, I've come to realize that service isn't something done occasionally. It becomes a part of who you are. It shapes the other 3 pillars as you become leaders who act with integrity and put others before yourselves. As you move through your senior year, it can be tempting to focus on your own achievements, but what matters more is the impact you leave on others. The moments when you show up, help out, and lead with intention, those are what define you. So as we continue tonight, I encourage you to think about the impact you want to make, not just this year, but for a lifetime. I now light this candle to illuminate your path of service.
Hello everyone, my name is Eiley Schultz. Just like those who have previously spoken tonight, I've had the honor of being on the NHS Executive Board this past year. Character is arguably the most difficult pillar of NHS to follow and show. Scholarship, leadership, and service are all qualities that you can show through action, things that you can measure. Character is trickier, more complex, and is a lot harder to exemplify. Character is more than what the dictionary defines it as. After a quick Google search, you can learn that the definition of character is the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Easy, you might think. You just have to be a good person. In reality, character is more than just making the right decisions. Character is the reason why all of you are sitting here today, whether you know it or not. Character is what leads you through life and all the decisions that you make. Character is why you decide to take the time out of your day to volunteer for others. It is why you work hard for your grades in school or to improve in sports. Character is the qualities that define you as a person and why that makes you remarkable. You wouldn't be sitting here today if your character was lacking, but that doesn't mean you can't stop developing it. Through your time on NHS, I encourage you not only to make the right choices because you have to, but because you want to. Find out what makes you live your life ethically and compassionately and how it develops your character into who you are. I now light this candle to illuminate your path of character.
Thank you to all of our student presidents, speakers. Let's hear it for them. It's not easy to get up here. Inspiring words. And speaking of inspiration, we now welcome to the podium Mr. Micah Christensen. Micah is a member of a Rural Physician Associate Program, returning to and serving his home community while in his third year of medical school at the University of Minnesota, Duluth, following his undergraduate degree completion at the U of M Twin Cities. Micah was also a graduating member of the class of 2017 here at Alexandria Area High School and a member of the National Honor Society himself. Welcome, Micah.
Thank you for the warm introduction. Good evening, everyone. My name is Micah Christensen. As previously mentioned, I am a third-year medical student at the University of Minnesota Medical School, a 2017 graduate from the Alexandria Area High School, and a 2016 inductee into the National Honor Society 10 short years ago. It is my privilege to stand before you today as we recognize and celebrate a truly outstanding group of students being inducted into the National Honor Society. This moment represents far more than academic achievement. It reflects a commitment to the 4 pillars that define this organization: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. And I know they were briefly touched on by our wonderful presence over here, but I'll just share a few thoughts on them as well. Scholarship. Each of you have demonstrated dedication to learning that extends beyond grades or test scores. Scholarship is not simply about intelligence, it is about curiosity, discipline, and the willingness to grow. It's about asking questions, seeking understanding, and striving to improve not just for ourselves, but for the world around you. Secondly is leadership. Leadership is often misunderstood as holding a title or being the loudest voice in the room. In reality, leadership is about influence, integrity, and action. It's about stepping forward when others hesitate, lifting others up when they struggle, and setting an example through your choices. Many of you have already shown this in your schools, teams, and communities, and you will continue to do so in ways both big and small. Third is service. Service is the outward expression of empathy. It is the recognition that our talents and opportunities carry responsibility to others. Whether through volunteering, mentoring, or simple acts of kindness, service reminds us that success is not measured solely by what we achieve, but by how we impact those around us. And finally is character. Character is the foundation upon which all other pillars stand. It is who you are when no one is watching. It is honesty, resilience, and accountability. It is the ability to do what is right, even when no one is watching. Even when it's difficult. Your presence here today is a testament to the strength of your character and the trust others place in you. As you are inducted into the National Honor Society, I challenge you to see this not as a destination, but as a beginning. A beginning of deeper responsibility, greater impact, and continued growth. The world needs individuals who are not only capable, but compassionate. People who lead with integrity and serve with purpose. Tonight, we celebrate your achievements, and tomorrow we look forward to the difference you all will make. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and welcome to the National Honor Society.
Thank you again. Now, we complete the process of induction. Each year, new members of the National Honor Society sign their names in our record book as a symbol of their commitment to growing as individuals and serving their community through NHS. The Alexandria chapter of this prestigious organization has a record membership dating back to 1933. Tonight, we add your names. Each student being inducted is not only invited based on an excellent academic record, but also accepted by a faculty panel based on applications outlining past experiences with the 4 pillars of NHS, as well as hope for growth and future commitment to these principles. Today, we celebrate all of those accomplishments. Students, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your certificate. Once you have completed that task, you're going to go around to the side and you are going to sign your name on the book that's over yonder. First row, please rise.
Connor Anderson, Madison Anderson, Ava Anderson, Taryn Baker, Evan Bonset, Addison Bruns, Remington Brewston, Carson Baumgartner, Claire Buttweiler, Ethan Bizey, Kaya Chapin, Aaron Cross, Alexis Doomer, Keaton Doomer, Mara Dusher, Thomas Dutcher, Sienna Eddy, Lily Aiken, Catherine England, Addie Erickson, Sydney Erickson, Abigail Eving, Mia Farrow, Grace Fenwick, Kaylin Fox, Carter Gingham, Ethan Gerke, Claire Gimble,
Addison Gray, Shaylin Rowan, Riley Gulbertson, Nevaeh Hansen, Madison Harrison, Bryson Hassapopoulos, Abby Hay, Siegfried Heinrich, Sean Hemmers, Hannah Hoff, Isaiah Jackson, Gabrielle Johnson, Riker Johnson, Grant Jones, Lennon Justice, Greta Kelly, Sydney Keogh, Avery Kettleson, Patrick Klecker, Brett Cohoo, Anna Corinto, Hunter Krebs, Wyatt Krebs, Bentley Crotto, Lily Kruzmark, Reagan Lennis, Ana Leon Hernandez, Elena Lindwall, Annalise Lindwall,
Hannah Lawagi, Elsa Lucan, Samantha Magnuson, Jensen Martinson, Maria Mayer, Jameson McAdoo, Amelia Lawyer, Ryan Moore, Drew Mache, Brooke Nelson, Maya Nesbitt, Bryce Netland, Sophia Nori, Weston Nybers, Graham Otland, Leah Overding, Tony Olson, Grady Olson, Kiera Ostendorf, Avery Peterson, Iris Carroll, Gavin Peterson, Avery Croswell, Isla Raddick, Andrew Rowe, Elizabeth Ricky, Alex Rodriguez, Sander Roloff, Natalie Roquette,
Jonathan Rosu, Teddy Sanstead, Malia Sayre, Carly Skiersey, Amelia Schaefer, Carly Schliebsky, Maya Schmidt, Blake Scholl, Ben Skolton, Madeline Schoeniger, Gunnar Selnell, Macy Sheldon, Hayden Sorensen, Analia Sosa. Isabel Stark. Addison Stevenson. Avery Suki. Lily Tapchi. William Thornburg. Jocelyn Troutman. Natalie Travis. Jacob Trombley. Lucas Von Holt. Andy Wasek. Elena Wagner. Elizabeth Wagner. Jackson Walton. Lucy Whitty. Jada Zenner.
Thank you all for your patience. As you can imagine, it takes a long time for 116 members to sign the book. I legitimately tried to open the one from 1933 and it almost fell apart, so I stopped right away, so it takes a while. Now, at this time, this is what you've all been waiting for. I know you're so excited about it. I ask all newly NHS members of the class of 2027 to please rise. And we are going to recite the National Honor Society pledge all together. Any members out in the audience who are former, current National Honor Society members can please follow along and join us as well. I pledge to hold the high purpose of the Alexandria Area High School chapter of the National Honor Society. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Thank you all so much. You remain standing for attending this evening. Please join us in the Commons for refreshments following the recessional of this fine group. But first, let's give them one more round of applause. Students, please follow the escorts to make your way out to the Commons. Thank you again for being here.